Joe Biden is hinting that he would be a one-term president if he wins. Not saying like, oh, I'll win one term and then I'll lose in my re-election campaign. No, saying I won't even run for re-election. This is big news that leaked this week. His own staffers are making it clear that this is the case. Now, my guess is they're floating this notion to see what the reaction is from the media. And if there's overwhelmingly positive reaction, then what he would do is like quite literally take a pledge that I will only serve one term and I won't run for re-election. That's my sense of it. My sense of it is they're looking for a way to hang on for dear life to this lead that they have in some polls. And this is a way that they think they could shore up support for him. Now, do I think that that is a good idea? No. Do I think it will have the intended effect? No. Not even close. So his own staff is arguing he can be a, quote, transition figure to a young group of Democrats. And they also think that with Biden doing this, it will shore up more youth support. The young people will be like, oh, no, yeah, sure, Biden. If he says just one term, then I support him over the other candidates. This gets back to a theme that we've spoken about on this show for a very long time, which is if you think Democrats know what they're doing, like Democratic strategists, they're utterly clueless. Nobody is more overpaid and overvalued than Democratic strategists in Washington, D.C. with a lot of experience under their belt. They're the least intelligent people in the country because they somehow managed to get everything wrong. So this is an actual thing that happened where they're behind closed doors. They're like, we got to find a way to hang on to the support here. What are we going to do? One-term pledge, maybe? Hey, I think that might shore up the youth vote. Maybe Biden will chip away and get 3, 4, 5% more youth support if he does a one-term pledge. I think he could serve as a transition figure to you. That argument doesn't even make sense. He can serve as a tradition figure to younger generations of Democrats. First of all, it's not young people who are looking around like, man, you better be the age that we want to be our president. No, we're looking around going, who represents the ideas and the policies and the philosophy that we support? So we're not thinking of it like that. But if you're so concerned about younger generation of Democrats getting in there, then obviously Biden would step aside completely and say, no, I want the younger generation to take control now. What does that even mean? Oh, I want to be a transition figure. What? What is that? This is the stuff that these guys think about. You want to know why? Because he's not thinking about policy. He's not thinking about what he's going to do, how he's going to fix the country. He just said the other day, man, I hope the Democrats don't win too much in the election. I don't want the Republicans to get clobbered because that would be bad for bipartisanship. None of these people are going to vote for anything you propose. And you're like, wow, I hope they don't lose too bad. How do you expect people to believe in your ideology when you don't even believe in your ideology? You don't even believe what you're pushing. It's really sad, man. I mean, it's really embarrassing at this point. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I sort of feel bad for Joe Biden. One-term pledge. Now, the real takeaway here is, guys, they know. They know. They get it. They see it. They see it. All the stuff, the videos I've shown you, all the things you see when you watch Joe Biden talk, where he's got a real problem getting his words out, forming coherent sentences, staying on point, making sense, hair trigger temper, like all of these things. His staff sees it. They're not blind. And so they think that this is a way to quell concerns and fears. Where, he'll be more viable if we say he won't run in 4 years because, obviously in 4 years, he's going to be so far gone, he's in no position to run the country. He's in no position to run the country now, man. I retweeted something the other day from Walker Bragman. It's a contrast of Joe Biden arguing against Paul Ryan in 2012. Dude, sharp as a tack. Really, really good debater. He ran circles around Sarah Palin, which admittedly isn't hard in 2008. But Paul Ryan, who has this, he's been labeled like the right-wing intellectual by the media, and Biden pummeled him into the ground, just obliterated him, and made it look easy, because he was still there and he was sharp. If that Biden was running now, he'd be a real problem, by the way. A real problem. But this Biden is a shell of himself. And when you look at it back to back, you're like, whoa, there has been genuine cognitive decline. He just meanders all over the place. He doesn't make sense. He's confused. He's repeatedly said he's in one state, but he's not. He's in another state. It's not good, man. And so you get the sense that this is a campaign that's panicking. This is a campaign that sees the writing on the wall. And I don't know they're trying to stay somewhat legitimate, while at the same time feeling like they're being more responsible too, probably. The idea of like, well, we all agree he's not going to be good in 4 years, right? We all agree to that. Joe, just step down, man. I mean, he really should. This is not funny anymore. This is not entertaining. It's just sad. You don't float a one-term presidency. You just don't do that. You just don't say, oh, I'll only run for one term. Because the real signal that sends is, we know something's wrong, and we know he's not going to last that long. We know he's not fit to do it any longer than that. It's a stretch to say he's even fit to do it now, but in their minds, oh, no, definitely after 4 years, then there's no way. They know. I mean, it might be time, guys. It might be time for, like, the head of his campaign to maybe step down and say, I can't do this anymore, and I'm endorsing somebody else because even though I love Joe, he's in no shape to do this.